Hey everyone, week 4. Gonna try and keep this one quick. Um, Full week. We are gonna do days 14 through 18 already, April 27th through May 1st. Keep watching this video. I think they're helpful. Reference it whenever you need it, and otherwise, always feel free to email me with questions. One thing I want to point out that is a massive difference from the previous weeks. We are going to be doing a Mel Elcon this week, so 2 pieces of evidence. Not turning in this week's Mel Elcon is likely going to lead to an incomplete semester grade because, as opposed to passing, because one, the high level of points, but two, the focus on the core skills. Like the Melcon writing assignments are our biggest assignments for a reason. It's because everything we're doing in there are the biggest skills that we need to make sure we are accomplishing and understanding before we move on to sophomore Lit and Lang 2 next year. So just a thing to keep in mind, and I hope you take that seriously, and if you need help, please reach out anytime. Monday, we are going to review citations. There is a toolbox worksheet for citations. It is labeled as assignment number 9, citations in the assignments classwork tab up here. Looking through that quickly, we're just going to go to it. It has the same instructions that is in the weekly schedule. Notice it's worth 10 points, 1 point for a correct quotation format and 1 point for a correct citation. There's 5 questions total on it, so pretty light work. The front page is just refreshers on what to be doing with our citations and our quotations. So as long as you can read through that, just a nice little reminder since we haven't been working on this in a little while. And then the backside is 5 questions. It gives you a sentence stem, and then you are going to get a short quote from the excerpt, and then you are going to give a citation at the end. Remember, our citation format is parenthesis, author's last name. Last names are capitalized because they are proper nouns. They are specific nouns. So author's last name, page number, parenthesis, period. That is our format for it, okay? Pretty straightforward on that one. Heading back to our schedule for Tuesday, we are doing the same thing Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be working on assignment number 10, graphic organizer. So it's just like the sheet I hand you when you are writing a Melcon in class. It's our rough draft. It's the thing we do before we get to typing that final draft. You're going to have 2 days to complete it. It's a Mel Elcon. Let's take a look at that in our classwork assignments. So that is assignment number 10. Going to open that up. Do not be overwhelmed by the amount of attachments, okay? A lot of it is stuff that you just glance at when we usually go. First is the actual story. We're going to be doing it on the egg, which you read last week. So it's that 2-page story. So that is here. You can view it, or you can go back and look at the one with your annotations, whichever is up. Fine. It's up to you. Here's the prompt. Let's take a look at that since we haven't seen that before. So basically it's going to boil down to picking one of the 2 prompts. What is the theme? We worked on theme in a worksheet at the end of last week. Or what kind of personality traits does one of the characters have? So there's really only 2 characters. You would pick one and you would tell me about their personality and why you think that is a good way to describe who they are. You're writing a Mel Elcon. You got to pick the prompt. You got to find 2 pieces of evidence, main idea sentence, explain how your evidence is supporting, so our link. Make sure to include a citation. This is key here, okay? So once you've finished the graphic organizer, which we'll look at in just a sec, you're going to basically copy and paste what you have in the same order onto a different document. So that's what we're going to be doing later this week, and that's going to be your final draft document. I already have a video in place to show you how to do MLA on that document, and then you are going to run through a checklist before you turn it in to make sure you have everything you need and you didn't include anything you shouldn't have. Mainly I, we, are, you, your. We're avoiding that type of stuff. We're not beginning sentences with a quote. We're providing context, all that good stuff. So there's our prompt that is there for you to look at. The rubric is also here. It's 80 points, like our previous Melcons, so you can take a look at that. I'm not going to look through that now, but that is there for you to see what's getting you what grade based on what you do. This is the graphic organizer, so this is something you will need to do and turn in. Notice you're picking one of these 2 prompts. and you're going to fill in basically answering the questions in each box. So this is similar to what we did in person in class, but I actually think it's a little easier. So our main idea sentence, topic, verb, position, reason. We need those 4 things in one sentence to answer the prompt. Transition word. So we are just using one word or phrase to transition into something else. Notice a comma goes after the phrase to connect it to the next sentence. You're going to explain what type of story is it. So we're talking about the egg. There's our title. Our author is listed on there. It's a short story. So you're just introducing the source and what it's like and who wrote it. Context. Answers the question. Who is there? Where are they? What's going on? Who's speaking? Give me something to set the scene. Evidence, a quote from the text. Then we have a citation like we talked about earlier in the video. Then your link, 2 sentences, but basically one for each box. Answer this question. What does the evidence say? Just explain or paraphrase what the evidence is saying. What does your quote say? What does it mean? Next, how does the evidence prove or emphasize your main idea? So how does this show that you are correct? Your claim or your reason, position, and your main idea. And then you're basically just repeating. We have that same idea here, same process, same order. And then we have a conclusion. Notice, restating your main idea. That does not mean copy and paste it. You're saying it in a new way, but you have the same idea there. And then you want to make sure it is 1 sentence long. I would recommend using your reason as a time to recap or paraphrase your 2 pieces of evidence. So you're going to go through that. You have Tuesday and Wednesday to do that. That's plenty of time. So you're going to do all that. Before you turn it in, make sure that you are copying and pasting all the work into a new doc so you can format that, because there might be issues with Classroom as far as ownership rights. Once you submit it, you might have to unsubmit it and be a mess. So just copy and paste everything into a new doc before you go on and submit that. Heading back to our daily schedule, we are looking at Thursday. All you're doing is MLA. You're getting all that work into a document in the same order, and then you're organizing it to match MLA guidelines and format. Well, let's finish this up. And then Friday, you're going to go through a checklist. So those are both in your assignment number 11, your instructions on how to do MLA and your checklist to run through to make sure you have everything and there's nothing that you need to change for your final draft. Once you've done all that, you're submitting that, turning that in Friday. Make sure you've turned in your graphic organizer and you're done for the week. So everything is pretty much focusing on the Melcon. It's just pieces to the puzzle. A lot of it is going to be done on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then you're just editing and tweaking stuff Thursday and Friday. So here's the instructions that were listed in the stream in our schedule. Here's the editing sheet. Here's the rubric again. You've already seen that. Here's the MLA paper setup slides, if that is easier for you. If you've been in my class all year, you've seen those plenty of times. Here's a template to show you what MLA looks like. And then I also uploaded a video walking through how to copy and paste your stuff from the graphic organizer to a final draft, and then all the steps to make your paper look like a MLA document final draft piece like this. So this is the goal. This is what we want it to look like. That video walks you through it, as well as these slides. So that is all just a bunch of different things, whichever works best for you to get to that final step. It's up to you. I'm just giving you some choice. Let's take a look at that paragraph editing sheet really quick. It's just read through this checklist. You don't need to turn the checklist in. You're just turning your final draft in when you've done the checklist and looked through everything. You're just asking yourself these questions and looking at your final draft. If it's yes, great, move on. If it's no, change it so you can say yes. And it's just looking at the different parts of your paper. Should be a pretty quick exercise, and you can do that on Friday if you would like, or whenever during the week, but Friday is like the built-in time to do that. Make sure you do this. This is probably going to help you find at least one thing that's going to raise your grade, a mistake that you're fixing before you even turn it in. So that's what we have for our assignments this week. Going back to our schedule to wrap things up, do these in order, follow the directions that are written on the assignments, as well as in the schedule. Watch this video, come back to it if you need to. All assignments are due Friday, May 1st by midnight. Email me at this address if you have any questions. I will be by my computer Monday through Friday, 9 to 2. I'll try and check things when I'm away from the computer afterwards, but at the least, you'll get a response from me the following morning if I don't get back to you. Checking in is basically going to be based on you getting work done. That's how I'm going to know that you're checking in, engaging with the content. If you're not doing that, you're not going to be marked as checked in, and there's going to be some people contacting you. So please do try. If you are stuck, let me know. I can't do anything if you haven't talked to me. Like, especially with us being away from each other, not at school, it's even more difficult for me to see how people are doing. So let me know. I'm here to help. Keep it up. Be proud of everything you're doing. I know it's not easy. I know it's not normal, but make the best of it, and we will continue to do what we can together. Thanks for watching. Have a good week, and I will talk to you soon.